Leaders magnify. So it's super important you and I are godly leaders. Hello, my friend. I hope you are well today. And as I was thinking about godly leadership, I came up with these 5 things. Number 1, that we have an eternity mindset. This can be hard in leadership because leadership is dealing with problems. There's no shortage of them. Sometimes I come home from a long day working on my business and I think all I am is a firefighter, like it's constant problems. And I can get my eyes fixated on the worries and cares of this world. But to be a godly leadership means we have an eternity mindset. And there's going to be some things we do in our leadership that do not benefit us at all if we're doing it right, because we have eternity in mind. Number 2, godly leaders lead out of overflow. Lead out of overflow. You and I, on our own, are lost. It is God that sets up and tears down. It is God that is the source. In fact, God Himself is love. And to serve to the best of our abilities, which is leadership, this is done out of love, true love. Not love that I can manufacture or you can manufacture, but love from love Himself. And the only way we can lead in that godly way is when we're plugged in. See, love is a fruit of the Spirit. It's not self-effort, but it's a fruit of the Spirit. So it is an outpouring of our walk with God. So don't try to manufacture that love in your leadership. Just have it be an outpouring of your relationship with God. Number 3, Jesus is our ultimate example. The best of all time of leaders. If you look through Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, just look at what He's doing in those moments. There's so much rich things, and we'll talk about them on this channel. But His example was to serve. You know, when they went to wash His feet, He washed their feet. Jesus served. The King Himself was a servant. It's a great model for us that in leadership, it's not title that makes a great leader. It's the greatest servant. This takes time to steward this well. Because honestly, there's times where you and I, we're going to get self-serving. And we're going to look at our own interest. And we need to remind ourselves that Jesus served, and so should we. Number 4, leaders set an example. In 1 Peter 5, 1-3, it lays out the attributes of an elder, like the leader of the church, leaders of the church. It says very plainly there that they're an example. That's a heavy weight as a leader. Godly leaders are an example to others. Can you say that? To the people that you're leading, that you are an example. I know there's times in my life I'm a great example. And there's other times where my kids start acting and talking like me, where I'm like, oh, shoot. Also me. So remember that we set an example. Sometimes we like to talk a lot, but what are our actions doing? It's not that our words don't matter. Well, your words do matter, in fact, but they don't matter when our actions don't follow through with that. Number 5, godly leaders pay the price of leadership. Godly leaders pay the price of leadership. And if we are a servant, like Jesus was a servant, Jesus paid the ultimate price for you and I. Death on a cross. And there's only one that needs to do that. Don't put yourself up on the cross. That's not what I'm getting at. But He's our example of what a true leader is. He poured out of Himself and gave from Himself. And I think, if we're honest, if we do godly leadership correctly, it costs you and me. It costs us something. I know that's not a popular message, do these leadership things and then you'll get everything you want. That probably would work better. But godly leaders pay the price of leadership. And we don't need to be a martyr in this way, but you do need to know it comes at a cost. And this is a good reminder, because to pour out, to come at a cost, to pour out of ourselves in our leadership, we need to fill up. So make sure that you are filling up so that you have something to pour out. One of the greatest times that we can do, if you're not doing this, is quiet time. Quiet time with God for me consists of reading my Bible, It consists of me doing listening prayer, listening to what He has for me today. Are you listening to what He has for you? If you want more tips on quiet time, watch this video right here. I know it'll help you. The world needs godly leaders, my friend. The world needs you.